everyone. This is welcome back to yet another great Rocket Up webinar with a very special founder, Usama Noman, who is the founder of ReachOwl and also founded Botsify, which you have already seen and heard a lot about. It was launched on AppSumo, but it's one of the great tools for chatbots and everything. So we have Usama with another great product, which is ReachOwl, and that's already been in the market since long, and it's been making a lot of noise. When it comes to Facebook DM automation, Instagram DM automation, or even tracking your keywords, basically creating an audience out of it. So if you're really serious about selling something on Facebook, you should take ReachOwl and start using it the day you have it. So welcome, Osama. It's glad that we have you here today, and thank you for taking out your precious time and talking to us.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Karan, for having me on this webinar. I'm already very excited to show you guys around what ReachOwl has to offer the audience and the marketers, coaches, especially.
Great. So Osama, of course, before starting, the demo, we would like to hear something about how you started ReachOwl and where did the idea come from in terms of course, you found the gap in the market and there was no one, either offering this at scale or with these robust features. So you decided to build out ReachOwl. So how did you get to that point and how did you name it? It's very unique name as well.
Yeah. So basically, the idea came from when a lot of other marketers started reaching out to me on Facebook, and especially some coaches, and they were like very, respectable and senior coaches who have taught the SaaS marketing and the funnel building techniques to a lot of bigger audience. And I ended up buying, about $5,000 of courses from one and $3,000 of worth of courses from one. So I've spent it about, about $10,000 roughly purchasing coaching programs or services through Facebook DMs. So it struck to me that there must be some tool which can allow to do this at a scale. And then when I searched the market, there were already these existing tools who were allowing marketers to send the DMs at a scale, but it involves the scrapping techniques from Facebook using Chrome extension. And I thought that I would bypass this step because the problem with this step was that you would have to keep the browser window open all the time, and you would then have to wait for the page to be scrolled after random 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and then the wait would increase as you watch it scroll more than 1,000 pages. So I thought that the program should work in the background, so I don't have to wait on the Facebook screen to scroll the profiles for me and then run the automation campaign and all. So that was the idea, that I thought that this is actually the core problem with these extensions already available, and I need to resolve or fill up this gap. And about the name, so I thought that I will call it the Reach Out. But obviously, Reach Out is a basically very popular name and terminology or keyword. The domain was not available, so I thought that many big products and especially marketing products use some sort of animal name together with their name, like HostGator and many other products. So I thought that I would use something around what would sound like Reach Out, but it became the ReachOwl. So that was the idea behind the name.
Okay, that's very unique. And did you get this idea at night? When you were like, okay, now I'm a night owl, so let me build ReachOwl. Okay. Yeah, that's a great name. And the inspiration you got, that's amazing because you actually captured the market's need and that actually turned itself into a product and it's doing great. That's amazing. All right,
Yeah,
so let's begin, Osama, like kind of, showing the magic of reach out and how individuals can use it to their advantage and use Facebook better to make money. And then we can also take up questions from the attendees as they come in, and I would update you once there's a question. So yeah, let's begin. Let's get into it.
sure, great. So starting from uh, the first part of ReachOwl. So when people ask me about the features of ReachOwl, I split them into two parts. One is the DM automation, and the second one is the monitoring the keywords inside like Facebook groups or all. So for the first part, we call it campaigns because this is essentially the outreach automation. So if you go about create a campaign on ReachOwl,
Are you sharing your screen?
can you see my screen?
No, you can just
Oh, sorry.
share button. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Um, can you see it now?
Yes, it's visible. Yes, we can see it.
Okay, great. So yeah, so let me start again. So this, so when we talk about ReachOwl, I split them into two parts. So one is campaign. You can also think of it as a outreach automation. So the outreach automation are of two types, either the DM automation or the friend request automation. And then the second part of it is the keyword monitors, basically, which allows you to monitor certain keywords of your business or your competitors inside different Facebook groups, or even hashtags and subreddits. So as soon as you log into ReachOwl, the first thing that you see on your top right is basically the profiles that it uses. And this is one of those questions that that has been asked in the community as well, that how do I know which profiles are connected? So you can see on my Facebook tab, so this is one of my this is my personal profile that's connected. So ReachOwl auto detects based on the browser sessions, and then this is my Instagram account that's connected. If you have either one of those not logged in, it would simply show you the bigger Instagram icon or the Facebook icon, so you can click on it and then connect your login with your social profiles. So let's get it started with creating the first automation campaign. If I click on the create a new campaign, I can immediately see it has like 4 steps, and for um, each steps like moves to the forward basically. So I cannot move to the second step until I complete the first step. So the first step is choosing how do I want to add the prospects to my automation campaign. So you can see for some of the options there is a Facebook icon. So for some of the options there is an Instagram icon, and soon as we add more options or more social platforms, you will follow the similar pattern, following the social icon, but then uh, some text that lets you understand what exactly it does. So the first option is abstracting people or adding prospects to your campaign from Facebook groups. The second one is Facebook post ads and reactions. So it could be a single Facebook post or an advertisement. Now, this one is the Facebook post advertisement comments. This one is Facebook video comments. So the way Facebook basically distinguish the post versus a video is when you are on a Facebook video, you see the URL is a bit different. So it's like watch.fb.com, something like that. So um, don't, so basically the technicalities have to be separated out from the post versus the video. So that's why you see Facebook video comments separately from the Facebook post comments. Um, then we can also add the prospects from someone's Facebook friends. So if you know someone on Facebook and you feel like he has a very good audience, overlapping your desired audience or ideal customers, you can run the campaign on his friend list. Coming to Instagram, we can add prospects from Instagram followers of someone, people who are following someone on Instagram, then Instagram post comments and Instagram post reactions. I'll choose option number 1 for now, but I'll probably choose another option from the Instagram in my second campaign. So as I click the option number 2, the platform fetches all the groups that I am a part of, being a public or private. I don't need to be the admin of these groups. I just need to be a part of these groups to start scrapping or start adding prospects. So these are the groups I'm a part of. I'll choose this one. Then, as I said, the outreach campaigns are split into 2 parts. One is the messaging automation or the friend request automation. I'll choose the messaging automation. Then the next thing that you can do is name your campaign. So there are like, now we are on step number 4, and I need to fill out the settings of this campaign, how and what people I want to reach out. So I will call it like test 1 campaign. Now, if you're on a pro plan, you can see at the top, I'm on a pro plan. I can see at the bottom left is settings and theme. I'll come to that at the later part of my demonstration, that how you can add the team members to your team. So you can see that anyone that creates an account on ReachOwl has one team by default by his name, and he can add other of his friends or team members to his team on ReachOwl, so they become a part of one team. And as an administrator, you can assign campaigns to different team members of your team. So you can see that there are this is myself, and these are 2 other people of my team. I'll select myself. Then you can choose the daily limit on the number of messages or friend requests that you want to send. And here is a little note that says keep it under 50 for Facebook profile safety. So this is very important. Now, some older profiles, which you probably are already manually sending messages to 50+ users a day, you can even select like 80 maybe, okay? But it's always recommended to go for the lowest number possible. On average, it's okay to go with 50. Now, you can find audience by keywords in bio. So the group that I selected have like 32,000 users. Now, obviously, I don't want all 32,000 users to be part of this campaign. I want to limit them by the keywords that they have in their bio, like founder, CEO, director, manager. Okay. So if they have like any of these words in their profile bio, I want them to be a part of this campaign and send them the automated messages. I can also exclude people, like don't add them at all. So sometimes people have multiple lines in their bio, but someone says like CEO at ABC, but the freelancer at ABC as well. So I want to ignore those profiles. Or somebody says like currently studying or studying. So I want to basically ignore the students as well. So another important factor is minimum friends in common. So when you send the messages to someone on Facebook, you immediately can So by default, your messages are expected to go in the message request. That's number one. Now, whenever you get a message in the message request and you open it, the first line that you normally see is how many friends you have in common with him. So that immediately builds the reputation for that person, that the person that's reached out to me on Facebook has some mutual connections with me on Facebook. So that's why probably he has sent me the message. And that's that way people are more likely to respond to these messages. And then generally you would subconsciously as well would reply to those messages that says like 3 friends in common or something like that. Okay, so I can like choose how many friends in common I want between the person that I want to be a part of this campaign. The last option says send message to new prospects only. So because I'm very active in this group, it's very possible that I have had the conversation with someone on this group. And if I start my conversations with, hey, I found you from this group, I want to be in touch with you, then the person would immediately think that you have already had the conversation several times with me. So that would not build up the context for him. So I can choose like don't send message to people already have conversation with me. Now, the last step is setting up the message sequence. So what you want to send out. And it's totally depend on you based on your offering, based on your product services, how you want it, how you want it to be. Okay. So you can use some variables like first name, full name, or last name. It's ideal or better to use first name because if someone has like very large name on Facebook, like me would say, which is like Sheikh Usama. So people would refer to me either like, hey Sheikh or hey Usama. That means that it's more likely a manual message because it's very unlikely people would type the full name on Facebook. So I can type like, hey, first name, I found your profile, or maybe you and I are so I simply say you and I both are part of this group. Would love to know what you're working on, or you can update this copy based on your amazing page. And this, if I click on this button that says arrow, basically this is a syntax feature. You can write the alternate or the variation of the first message. I'll simply copy this one and say, just for the sake of this demonstration, I can click on this big orange button that says add another message to the sequence, and that would add another block. And that says delay in number of minutes. I can even say 5 minutes and say, hey, did you, or maybe, did you check my message? Or maybe after, let's say, a few hours, I can say, did you check my message? So it's totally up to you how larger this delay you want it to be. The minimum is 5 minutes. And then I can keep on adding messages. So you're allowed to send up to 3 sequence messages. I'll stick to 2 for now, and then save this campaign. Now I have 2 options. Either I want to create this campaign or I want to start this campaign. Based on when your account was created on ReachOwl, when you create a new account on ReachOwl, we put you on the auto warm-up, which you would probably be seeing 60 minutes here. Because for your accounts, because if it's a relatively new account, you would be sending 1 message every hour. So that would be like if your computer and your browser is turned on for 12 hours, that would just be 12 messages on day one. So we have this auto warm-up schedule here. If you see, on the first day, it sends 2 messages and 2 friend requests with a 1 hour of gap. On the second day, it doubles up to 4 messages and 4 friend requests, and the interval reduced to 45 minutes. On the third day, it is 8 messages, 8 friend requests, and interval is 30 minutes. So on until the 7th day, when your warm-up has been completed, you can send up to 50 messages and 15 friend requests with a 10 minutes interval. So this is how our auto warm-up schedule looks like. You can find this auto warm-up schedule on our blog. And then, yeah, based on your settings, it should show you the minutes after which each message will be sent in your campaign. So I'll start this campaign now. And as I start this campaign, there will be some few profiles that will be found. Obviously, I have like too many keywords and negative keywords. It found the first profile for me, okay? And if you look at this profile, it has this founder keyword in the bio. If I open up this profile, it must have few mutual connections with me. So you see 49 mutual connections. So I can send him the message, okay? So this tab shows that so far the campaign has not sent any message. I have not got any replies. And here is the message queue, okay? So I set up 2 messages. So it says the first message and the second message. Now I have the opportunity, if I found the group admin in this list or somebody I don't want to send the message to, I can simply click on this delete icon and it will delete the prospect from this list or this campaign. And at the same time, it will remove the messages that are queued for this profile. Okay, so this loading icon basically is an indication that the profiles are being scanned in the background, and the messages will be sent in the background as well. So here is the third aspect of this message queue. Basically, I thought that it could get like very confusing as you create like more campaigns. So the messages queue section basically tells you what messages are there to be processed. Okay, so you see the first message in my campaign, and that would be processed on this time. Okay, so it says to send shortly because the time has already passed. So as soon as the background job would run, this message will be first to be sent. Then you can see this message that's scheduled for this time frame. And as I get, and you can also see the test 1 campaign, which means that this section would list all my campaigns if I have multiple campaigns. So let's create another one. And this time we'll create the campaign from Instagram, okay? So with the Instagram, I can extract the followers of someone. So let's say, or maybe let's go for the post comments. I'll stop my screen for just like 2 minutes to find the post from Instagram profile, and then I'll show you. Okay.
In the meanwhile, we had just, a few questions from Jamie, which I can let you know, which we can answer it like quickly, Um, one is for Facebook, can you mass delete friend requests right now?
No, as of now, deleting the friend request is not possible with ReachOwl. The idea of ReachOwl is basically the outreach tool. So that's why, as of now, this is not possible. But soon we'll add like many add-on automation features, which can reduce your work or automatically perform several tasks, like, and one of those would be like deleting the friend request, pending friend request in bulk. It could even be like removing non-active friends from your Facebook list. So these are few features that we will be working based on, like, obviously customer feedback and the demand.
Okay, great.
Uh,
Yep.
so let's share my screen again.
Sure.
So I found this post from Instagram that has some comments as well as some likes. So I'll simply use that and go to my ReachOwl and simply paste this URL. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if I go next for the Instagram right now, there is no option for the friend. So the terminology for Instagram is basically follow. So we'll add this feature shortly in a week or so, where you can follow the people based on like when they are extracted from a certain post or the followers of someone.
That's nice.
As of now, you can send the message sequences only. So the rest of the process is pretty similar. The only difference is that you cannot see the include keywords and exclude keywords for this campaign because it's a comment. The Instagram extracting people from the Instagram post, basically people who commented on Instagram posts. So they do not have the profile bios on Instagram. So that's why you don't see the option for include keyword and exclude keywords in the Instagram campaigns. Okay, so rest of the process pretty same. I'll simply go with this. Okay, so now for the Instagram, it doesn't find any profile yet, but it'll start extracting the profiles in the background. Okay, shortly you will see. So let's go to our first campaign and see if more profiles are found. You see that this campaign is being running in the background. Previously, it was just one profile, but now we have more. And you can see the message queues being filled up as well. If I go to message queues, you can see a lot of messages now. Okay. I'll pause this campaign because the messages are already being sent from my profile. But we'll shortly see for the Instagram as well. Let's create another campaign. I want to show you something interesting. There are two special campaigns. One is Facebook video comments and one is Facebook friends of someone. So for these campaigns, the process is not very simple, unfortunately. So you cannot like go directly and copy the profile URL of someone and then paste inside the tool to start extracting. So this is basically, if you go to friends section of someone, because I chose the in the step number one, if I go previous, so I choose this Facebook friends of someone. So I want to add prospects to my campaign based on if they're a friend of someone. So for that, for my target profile, let's say this profile, I'll go to friends section and then let me refresh it. On the right, you see this button from the ReachOwl that says copy profile ID. Okay, I'll simply click on this. The profile ID will be saved in my clipboard and I will use that. Okay, so the video explains the similar process. So you can use the video to find the profile ID, which you need to copy. Now, let's do this one, send friend request. Okay, so I'll call it test 3, choose my team account, daily limit, minimum friends in common. And then this one is a special part for the friend request campaigns. So what you can do is simply send a friend request to these prospects. Number one, you can send the friend request, but as soon as you send the friend request, you also send the message to them in the on Facebook. Okay. The third option is as soon as they accept. So number one is you would send the friend request, but as soon as they accept the friend request, you would be able to send them the automated messages. So I'll choose the last one because I really want to show you this thing. So now I can set up what messages I want to send when they accept my friend request. Okay. Simply that. I'll run this campaign as well. So it started extracting the people based on my criteria. So you can see the tabs or the statistics in the details of the campaign are a little bit different than the messaging campaign. So now I have pending request, which means requests that will be sent shortly from my profile. Awaiting acceptance is basically you have sent the friend request, but they have not accepted it yet. Accepted friend request is you have sent the friend request and they also have accepted the request. Now, messaging queue is basically nothing to process. The reason for it, because I set the messages to be sent only when they accept my friend request. So when they will be so let's say one person I will send the friend request to, and they accept the friend request, they will show one under this tab, and my automation will also schedule the messages for this profile that, hi, thank you for accepting my friend request. And reply is basically when they reply to my messages on Facebook. So you see a little bit different statistics for the friend campaign. Let's go to campaigns and see if we have a few profiles under Instagram. Okay, great. So you see the profiles being extracted from the comments on the Instagram post, and they are scheduled for sending the messages. Okay. And if I go to message queues, I'll also see the messages on the other campaign. I think that it only lists down 20 messages. So that's why you don't see the messages for this campaign. Well, in fact, this messages are for test 2. Okay. Sorry, you already see the messages for the test 2 campaign. So they will be sent shortly. So that's all from the campaigns, which was the first part that I said I would discuss about this tool. I'll quickly jump to settings, and then I will come towards the monitor keyword part. So under settings, there are a few tabs. One is the profile details. So one of the things that you can see under the profiles details is minimum interval between friend requests and minimum interval between messages. So remember that when I showed you the warm-up schedule, at the 7th day, your interval is 10 minutes, okay? But from the 8th day of your ReachOwl signing up, what you can do is you can update it to be even lesser than 10. You can call it like 5 minutes and 5 minutes. So based on these settings, you can decide how quickly you want these messages and friend requests to be processed. So 10 is not really the minimum. You can set your own minimum time interval between the messages and friend requests from these settings. During your warm-up process until the 7th day, these options will be disabled, because that's the whole idea. The system or the ReachOwl will try to protect your profiles. Okay, so for that reason, we will disable these areas for you, so you cannot forcefully set a minimum time frame. But after the warm-up is completed, from the 8th day onwards, you can set up your minimum intervals. The next option is team members, where you can invite the team members. And I'll delete one of the team members just to show you how it works, what are these statuses. So myself is number 1. I'm the super admin and my status is join. If I invite someone, I can invite by simply giving the email and the role I want to assign to them. Okay. So this person has been invited, but he has not joined yet. So an invite has been sent on this email address. And as soon as he sign up on ReachOwl, after accepting the invite, his status will be shown as joined. And only then it becomes a part of your team. So if I go and create a campaign, I will only see these two people in my list because these are the only two people that have joined status in my team. Okay, rest of them are invited, so I will not see them in the list. The third tab is about integration. So we are planning on integrating ReachOwl with tons of different platforms. By platforms, what we mean is basically CRMs, Google spreadsheets. So if you want like people who accept who reply to your messages to be shortlisted in a Google spreadsheet, you can use this or use this integration, or people you want in your CRM after they accept your friend request or reply to one of your messages on Facebook, you can add them to your CRM. So for that, we basically ask you to provide the webhook URL. So this would be the URL that you get from Zapier or make.com, whatever the integration platform you're using. Then the events. So we have a few events that you can use. So audience create as soon as you find an audience from somewhere, then message reply somewhere when someone reply to your message. One message sent is when you send the message to someone.
Sam, are you there? There might be some internet issues. We will wait till he comes back. In the meantime, folks, let me know in the comments. How are you finding Reach Out? And if you're finding it great, then just type one in the chat box, and I would know that it's going great for you. I mean, it's simply powerful. You just saw it right now in front of your screen. We'll answer some questions which are there once Usama comes back, but you get the point, right? That it's one of the great tools you can use. So we'll wait for him to come back. Hey.
Yeah, sorry, lost you guys for a minute.
Guys, we were just getting some excitement from our attendees. And people say they're intrigued with the software. Some people say they like it, and that's amazing because they're seeing it live, happening in front of them. So that's amazing. Keep going. That's great.
Great. Okay, so now moving to the second part of this tool is the keyword monitor. Now, the inspiration for this feature was that you get like a lot of posts inside Facebook groups and other places which do not show up in your feed, right? But you always want to see that content because, for example, you join a group where people are requiring your services. Like if you're an apartment setter, for example, you join a group on Facebook, and there are tons of different people coming and asking, hey, is there someone who can do apartment setting for my company? So just based on a few keywords like apartment setter, apartment setting services, or something like those, you can set up those monitors inside the tool, and the tool will notify you as soon as someone would post something on these groups or the subreddits, for example. So starting creating a new keyword monitor, there are 3 ways as of now you can monitor the keywords. So number one is Facebook groups. Number two is monitor subreddits, monitor Instagram hashtags. Coming soon is Quora questions. So there would be like a lot of questions that you can possibly answer on Quora, and you really want to answer, but you don't know what when these questions are posted on Quora, right? So the tool will soon notify you as soon as someone posts something on Quora. Then the LinkedIn groups and the Twitter tweets. Let's first stick with the key monitor Facebook groups. Now you can type up to 20 keywords that you want to monitor. So it could be like if, for example, I'm a appointment setting agency. So okay. Somebody can even write something like, I'm looking for appointment setter, right? So these are a few keywords related to the services that I provide. I can choose the team member account or the status of this monitor. Okay. On the next, I would choose 5 groups, which I'm already a part of. So let's say I choose these 5 groups, okay? And then I can simply click on save, and then that's it, okay? So now the tool will start looking for these posts inside these 5 groups, and as soon as it finds something related to these keywords, it will notify me. So there are a few monitors that I already have running. So for example, this one is running on these 5 groups. It has 52 posts, and it has a few keywords like churn, growth, or SaaS. If I open it, you can see these posts that the tool finds for me, okay? So you can see some recent one on the top from August 2. So you can see the total number of comments and reactions. And if I click on this post, it'll open up the exact post on Facebook. Now, if I see the opportunity, okay, I want to like engage in this post and start replying people or replying the person who posted, that's great, okay? Now, a few things to note here. The tool does not look into these comments for the keywords, okay? Just look in the main body of the post for the keywords. And it also highlights the keyword for you on the basis of which it finds or listed down the post for you, okay? You can see there are 7 comments, but actually there are 18. It's because at the time the tool extracted this for you, it had the 7 comments. So it's not real time, unfortunately, as of now. But yes, we keep on improving. So that's what you see if you want to manually. So this actually runs in 2 hours, every 2 hours. So, but sometimes what you feel like, okay, there might be some new posts inside, let's say subreddit, which can go very quickly. So you can simply click on the scan now button, and that would scan manually for you, okay? So this is about the keyword monitor. I have other monitors installed. So this one is for the subreddits. If I go there, I can find the posts on subreddits, okay? So these are posts that I found from the subreddits. I can define my subreddits as r/startup, r/Bitcoin, which is a terminology for the subreddits, and my keywords. So this one is for the Instagram. For the Instagram, obviously, because it has images, so it lists down the images and the content or the hashtags, whatever it is. And based on that, you can obviously open up it on Instagram and start responding. Cool. So I think that's pretty much from the tool. And I'm sure many people are curious about using this tool at its scale. So I have a few tips at the end of this session, if Karan allows me to speak about like the best techniques to use this tool
Correct.
and to use with safety guidelines and making sure that you don't end up banning or restricting your profile.
Correct.
So
So we
first,
have
I would like
question.
answer the questions, Akaran, or should we go and discuss the guidelines? What do you say?
So I will just get some questions answered from you, and they're kind of quick. Of course, two of them are related to safety things, which we are anyways going to discuss at the end of the session. But let's
Right.
say have some stuff related to agencies and etc. So there's a question
Mhm.
from Jamie, and he asks, as an agency, can you set up multiple campaigns and restrict users to separate campaigns, right? Restrict users to separate campaigns. This
Mhm.
will allow for adding company accounts and campaigns, and then restrict let's say another company to access their own account. So like can you kind of create workspaces or stuff like that to for agency to use it, for their own kind stuff like yeah, you get the drill.
Yep. So basically, when we invite someone as a team member, so I can invite them as an admin or as an agent. Okay. So because I'm myself as a super admin, I can only invite these guys into my team. Each of these guys, when they join ReachOwl, they would have their own team as well. So now if you see, if I click on this drop down, I can see I'm a part of one team that I've joined of this company, and this is my own company. Okay. So this is my own team. This one is someone who invited me as a part of their team. So I can switch the teams from here. Okay. So you can see as soon as I switch to this team, it says team owner is not currently not subscribed. Please ask to upgrade to continue using ReachOwl. Because now my profile or my settings depends on my owner. Either they have an active account which ReachOwl or not. So that's why I see this message. But if the account had been active, I would see the campaigns within this company or this team. And then if I switch to my team, I would only see the campaigns under my team assigned to any of the. So I think that answers the question because the team acts as a workspace. So technically, you can invite like other people to your team, and someone can invite you to their team. But unfortunately, you cannot every to everyone you invite. It would be your subscription that act as a main subscription. So if you don't have any subscription with ReachOwl, none of your team members can access the campaigns. Okay.
Correct. Makes sense. Cool. Yeah. Hope, Jamie, that answers your question about the agency accounts. Another one is about for Instagram, can you click on the profile of the person to link to link to the profile? So I mean, can you click on the profile, and it goes to their link on Instagram when you like scrape all the Instagram profiles from the comments?
Yeah. So for example, this one, you can see if I hover on this profile, it
Yep,
lists down the Instagram profile. If I click on this, it opens up on the Instagram.
works. Amazing. Um, there's one more question from Jamie. Can you pull the people who responded to a post or your post, I mean, or messages, if you have any campaigns going on where you received or reply, stuff like that? If you have it handy,
I don't quite understand. Sorry. No.
got it. Cool.
Can you explain it a bit? I don't understand the question
Yes,
properly.
so Jamie's asking, I mean, when you are sending messages, right? Inside that campaign, you can see people who accepted your request and they replied to your message. So
Mhm.
can you see, if can Jamie see right now if there's anyone who replied to your messages sent inside Reach?
Yes, exactly. So if you see this tab, so it says like how many messages have been sent, how many messages have been replied. Obviously, 3 messages sent, but no replies here. So as soon as people will reply to my campaigns, and again, this is very good question because it brings to another question that some people were asking the community that when someone reply to my campaign, if I have multiple follow-up messages in my campaign, the campaign or the follow-up messages will stop for that particular person who replied. So if somebody reply to message number 1 of my campaign, message number 2 will not be sent to that person. I will have to, and that person will be listed here. So I can go to this person profile just like this and click on the profile and then manually reply to that person, because that's the ideal case, because we don't know what the person might have an answer, like he may be interested in your service, not interested, or maybe he just wanted to want you to remove him from the list or automation or something like that. So it totally depends what the person wants. So we'll list in this section person who replied to one of your messages, and then you have to manually go there and reply to the messages. One thing that we currently are working on, and that would be hopefully an exciting feature for the Rocket Hub community in the middle of the campaign, that we are working on a CRM, basically a contact center within ReachOwl, where you can see all the prospects from all the campaign in one place. You can filter them out, and hopefully you can also automate the messages based on the replies. So if they reply positively, you can send the follow-up message. If they reply negatively, you can send them a different follow-up message. So this is something we're currently working on, and I'm not sure if it would be complete by the middle of the campaign, but yeah, pretty soon we'll have this feature launched.
Amazing. Okay, we'll take up one more question and then we'll move to the to our safety guidelines of using ReachOwl, and it will answer a lot of questions which people have. So that will be a great kind of excerpt of this whole session. Okay, so there's one question from Gabor. That's how I pronounce it, if it's right. Okay, so says, I know I'm not your optimal client, but I want to ask this question. Me and my wife have a hot pepper farm here locally in Hungary and doing homemade hot sauces. So there are around 500 similar hot pepper farms here, and around 10-15 of them are famous in their small country, right? So some of them have Facebook groups and some of them have only Facebook pages. But it can cause a bad situation if I start messaging people who are in a fan FB group of a specific brand. So what's your opinion about this?
Yeah, so this is true. So see, you have to play a little bit intelligently here. So what I would do if I were if I was you, so I would just add the people from their groups as a friend. Okay, I would not send them any message at all. I'll simply send them the friend request and want them to be my friend on Facebook. And from there, I will start posting some related content on my Facebook profile. And the content that's like encouraging for them and that make them message me rather than I message them. Okay, so the strategy here is just add them as a friend, just have them as a connection on your Facebook. So whenever you post something on your Facebook profile, it will go out to them. You post the reels and the Facebook stories, make use of the content on Facebook, and they will come to you. Okay, so this is again a very maybe a long-term strategy, but this is how you get the hot prospects. So what we have been discussing throughout this session is the cold DM strategy. But when they reach out to you, they have like higher intent of like purchasing from you. So you can use that strategy, I guess.
Amazing. That's a comprehensive answer. Thanks for that. There's a question about I have to always deactivate and reactivate the plugin to make it work after logging back to my account. So how to make it work just by logging into my account so it resumes automatically?
I don't know. Normally it like resumes. I'm not sure why you would have to deactivate it. So for example, if I like close this tab, but then again open up on the ReachOwl, it should automatically log me in into my campaigns. That should not be a problem. I'm not sure if I understood your question correctly, but I'm not sure what do you mean by deactivating.
Got it. So, can you like reiterate what you're mentioning? I'm just talking to the person who has asked the question. So let me see if they come up with, any clearer question, question variant of it. So we can then take it again. Um, Okay. After the 7-day warm-up period, what is the probability of the account being restricted by Facebook, even if the account is aged? So, and if only one campaign is active, there's one question.
Yeah, so see, that's it's very hard to say, to be honest. Facebook is very random between their policy. Uh, so nobody can assure you that your account will not be restricted after the 7 days. It's just that we do the best practices, right? So it's just like whenever you have previously, if any of the audiences have used the email marketing software. So with the problem with the email marketing software is if you send like a lot of emails on day one, they will end up going spam, right? So you have to like you have to warm up the procedure. You have to send like small emails each day until like 15, 20 day, and then you can send the bigger amounts gradually. So, and again, there is no guarantee that doing this process would end up your emails in the inbox, because there are like other tons of factors still involved in making your emails land up in the inbox. So the similar processes follow here. There is no guarantee that Facebook would not ban your account. It's just that we do our best to, improve this whole thing.
Got it. Yep. That's how it operates. I mean, of course, that's Facebook's, and of course, it depends upon the person as well. Let's say that's a different use case if they're sending something and Facebook detects it's not right, or if the person from that end, detects that it's not correct and spam, then they can mark it as spam. But of course, you mentioned it correctly that even if they send emails, they have to use warm up, and there's no probability that your email ID won't be blacklisted by the ESPs. It's the same concept over here. That makes sense. There's one more question, and then we'll go to the safety guidelines. So it's about when doing a campaign for friends or followers, will it remove duplicates when doing campaign for friends or followers?
Yes. So for all the campaigns on ReachOwl, it would remove the duplicates automatically. So you don't end up sending messages from two different campaigns to a same person. So it automatically removes the duplicates. And it does mention at the top that how many duplicates it found before it removes for you.
Got it. Would the number of friend requests sent be lower than the friend request accepted? That's a question.
Can you repeat, please?
There's a question. Would the number of friend requests sent be lower than the friend request accepted?
So let's review that again, I guess. So let me share my screen. So these are like pending friend requests, okay? So these are awaiting acceptance. So these awaiting acceptance is like people to which my program will send a message, send a friend request, okay? And then accept friend request are people who have already either accepted my friend request, or people who have who have accepted the friend request as a result of my friend request on ReachOwl. So, for example, you see, we just ran this campaign and it's already showing like 10 accepted friend requests because these people are already my friends on Facebook. So it tried to send them the friend request, but then the tool find out, oh, he's already your friend. So it moved them to accepted friend request. Okay, so awaiting friend request would be the one who the program have sent the friend request, but he has not accepted it yet. As soon as he would accept the friend request, it will move to the accepted friend request. I hope it answers the questions.
Yep. All right. Cool. So I think, yep, we can move to the most important section. That's the security guidelines and how to remain safe and use ReachOwl. At the same time, be cautious. So use it responsibly. So you can get everyone now.
Yep, sure. So, first of all, the first question or the first, basically, the thing that I want to answer is one of the questions that I get very frequent. Many people who use this ReachOwl tool end up thinking that the tool is a cloud-based tool, and even if they close the computer or the browser, the tool will still send the friend request or the messaging sequence. No, the ReachOwl works only when you have the computer on and the browser window on. It does work in the background in a way that I don't have to like keep the Facebook tab open all the time. It does its work in the background of the browser, but it still has to be in the browser. Okay. So this is the first thing that I wanted to clarify to some of the people who asked the question in the community, as well as in the support. So moving to the safety guidelines, first of all, I want to like discuss the types of Facebook restrictions before we determine that how we can tackle this situation. Okay, so what are some types of Facebook restriction? Okay, I'll present slide. Okay, can you still see the slide?
Yes. Clear.
Okay, great. So number one is the Facebook checkpoint. Okay, so whenever you try to access your profile from different device, different IP address, the Facebook would move you to the checkpoint. Okay, because Facebook wants your profile to be secure and not accessed from different location altogether. So this is the Facebook checkpoint. So this is not a ban or this is not a restriction. It's just that Facebook wants you to confirm with the help of your OTP or two-factor authentication that it's you who have recently accessed the profile. Okay. So if you are taken to this step, this is some sort of a like soft checkpoint. As soon as Facebook would detect, okay, the tool, there are some friend requests that are sending from with a constant interval of like 5 minutes. The Facebook will think, okay, this is time to, there's probably something wrong. Let's move him to the checkpoint. So you don't have to worry about this because you simply have to enter your OTP or the two-factor authentication code to basically bypass this step. The second step is a second type of basically restriction is when Facebook says we suspend your account and you have 180 days left to disagree before we permanently disable your account. Something like this you see on the left. And you can see some of the reasons why basically Facebook have done it. You can see your account or activity on it doesn't follow our terms of services. Okay, so it may be because you are sending too many requests at the shorter amount of time. So this could be one of the cause. So Facebook identify you as a bot. Okay, or when you message something which is outside the policy. So this is a restriction, but you can easily disagree with their decision and you can submit your details, sometimes like your ID card picture or simply your picture, and then Facebook will take 1 day and then reactivate the account. Okay, so most of the people, when they see we suspended your account, they get like overwhelmed and they think of it as a permanent suspension, but they don't read it completely under the message. They can simply disagree with the decision, and within 24 hours, they will get their account back again. Okay, so again, this is a part and parcel of using the automation tools like ReachOwl or any other tool. But it happens a few times, to be honest. It happens one or twice, but once you bypass this step, you would not get it anymore. I don't get it on 4 of the profiles that I'm currently using for the automation, and I've used it. I used to get it, but as I disagree with their decision multiple times, I provide them with the relevant information, my ID card, the passport picture, or even my personal picture, because they were the accounts that I own or one of my team members own. So I was able to provide that verification. Okay, so this is the restriction number 2. So you can see the part of this is you simply have to upload your picture, and it says like it usually takes 24 hours to so they say it usually takes us just over a day to review your information. So it just take 24 hours normally, and your account uh, will be recovered. Okay. Um, if you don't uh, agree with their decision in 180 days, your account will be permanently disabled. So obviously you already have your chance to do that. Then the second thing, the third one is the limit restriction. So when you're sending like too many messages to someone or too many friend requests, you would get something like you're blocked from sending friend requests for 30 days. So it's always recommended that you use the auto warm-up process and you don't send more than 50 messages a day to be on the safe side. Okay. So sometimes the restriction is for the 14 days, sometimes for the 30 days. So it totally depends on Facebook, what limit restriction they put on your account. So it doesn't mean that your whole Facebook account will be restricted, just that a feature of the Facebook will be restricted, like Messenger. You would get something like this: your messages are restricted, you cannot send messages until 14 days. So you cannot type anything in the message window until the 14 day. Okay, so this is another type of restriction that you can get. Then the fake news, this is not a part of this because this happens when you post something which is on your feed, which is not which is a fake news or doesn't comply with the Facebook policy, and Facebook can temporarily block your profile or limit the posting on your account. Okay, so how do we overcome this? So number one is not sending too many requests or messages at all. So by at all, we mean that you don't send like more than 50 messages per day. Okay, so if you're sending like a lot of messaging every day, it means that you are likely to be restricted or banned. Number 2 is not send too many requests in a short amount of time. So let's consider it like 50 messages in 1 hour versus 50 messages in 24 hours. So we have to like evenly split the 50 messages or the maximum number of messages per day you set up throughout the day. Okay. Not sending immediately after using a fresh account. Obviously, fresh account, whenever you create a new Facebook account, this is not recommended. The Facebook, it's very easy to create account on Facebook, right? With just email password, you can create an account on Facebook, but it's very hard to maintain it or actually verify it, permanently verify it. Facebook is too cautious about it for the robots and fake accounts now. So they take you a lot of information after the account has been created. So don't use a fresh account, either use an old account you might have, the secondary profile you might have, or use an edge profile from different sources we have on our blog. I'll discuss it in a bit. And then the third one is not using third-party apps or IPs. So for example, if you have the Facebook profile logged into your browser on your Mac PC, and you log into the same profile from Windows PC on a Mozilla, Facebook is likely to get you to the checkpoint, okay? Because Facebook would always try to verify that it's normally used from Chrome. Now you're using it from Mozilla, let's verify you. So always make sure that you're using it from either a proxy or the permanent static IP address, so it doesn't change a bit. Sorry. So these are a few things that we can do, and now I'll come to um, the blog that I have. Okay. So I've written a blog on my website about reaching out to 500 plus prospects daily on Facebook without risking your social profile. So for this setup, you need 20 accounts on Facebook. Okay. So these will be 20 aged accounts, and we're not going to risk them because we will only send 25 DMs from each account. Now, what do we mean by the aged Facebook account? So we have listed a marketplace where you can purchase these profiles for fractions of dollars. But so, for example, this one is like less than $1. Okay, but obviously these profiles are not recommended. The one that you need is, if you scroll down, there are profiles which there is a section which says with friends and age. So you need old profiles like 2018, and it has 100 plus friends. Okay. And you have to have the two-factor authentication enabled as well. So this is sort of an account that you need. It comes with like $2. You can like go a bit further, like this one, 2019 100 plus, 2017 50 2017 and 50 plus friends. So it depends from the location as well. So you can use this marketplace to purchase the aged profiles. You can update the profile information. You can post some pictures or some content on the feed to make it look real, and then you can there you have your like 20 Facebook accounts. Now you need, for each account, you need 20 proxies, which is an investment of $20 per month. And you can purchase it from different websites. Insta Proxies is one where you get the proxy for $1 per month. So you get a static IP address. So you would be using that IP address for the for one Facebook profile. So it would not change. So consider it like that you move from one location to another location, your IP will remain same. And it is one of those factors that Facebook considered. Okay, your profile is being accessed from multiple location, multiple IP addresses, so let's restrict it. So this would save us from that. Then now you have the 20 Facebook profiles and 20 proxies, but how do you set up the automations? So you have a tool called hide my account. So you can use that to set up the Chrome profiles. I'll show about this tool. So unfortunately, my trial has expired for this. But you can create like Chrome profiles for it. And if you click on run, it will open up the Chrome window along with those proxy settings that you set up. So I cannot like access my settings, but I set up a proxy for this Chrome profile. I can create like multiple profiles on here. So I will have to create like 20 profiles. For each profile, I will have the Chrome browser and the extension, ReachOwl extension loaded, and I'll simply have to run. So what I'll do is run, and 20 profiles, and they will be logged into my single PC from 20 different locations with the help of proxy. So that's how I can set it up on this tool. So there are many alternate for this tool. You can search. There is one alternate on AppSumo as well these days. I don't recall the name of that tool, but that tool does not have the functionality for uploading the Chrome extension as of now. But they commit that they would have that soon. So if they have the ability to upload the Chrome extension into their browser profiles, then you just need one tool. So you don't have to like invest $30 per month for that. You can simply have it for like $99 forever from AppSumo. But anyways, so this is a kind of setup that would be required to safely use the tool and send like hundreds of DMs. But if you are a sole founder or single person company, you want to like simply use it from your profile, we recommend that using your secondary profile, not your personal profile, just for the safe side. And then obviously comply with the steps that we just discussed, that not sending too many messages, not sending too many messages in shorter amount of time, etc. So these are a few tips that I just wanted to discuss with everyone in this session, and hopefully that'll make this tool even better.
Yep. This was good. This was very comprehensive in terms of giving out details and recommending the people to be safe, because that's what they want. Because this has potential. Everyone knows that Facebook has been making people money since a long time, be it coaches, be it SaaS folks, be it anyone in the agency field, product folks, you name it, freelancers. They've been making a bank, but how to do it at scale, that's how they should use ReachOwl. And the primary thing is to be safe. And that's how you do it. I think this was amazing. Osama, thank you so much. We just take a last few questions and then we'll have a closing statement, because we are running the D right now on Rocket Hub, and everyone should go and grab a code. Before that, we'll take one question about Zapier and integrating it with the third part. So do you integrate with Zapier right now, or have any plans?
Yes, we do integrate with Zapier. I showed you during the demonstration. So there is no direct integration with Zapier. So the integration is with the help of webhook. So if you go on Zapier or any other automation tool of Zapier, they all have the webhook. So by using this method, we are already able to connect with all the integration tools that we have there, like Pabbly, Make, Zapier. You can use them all with the help of webhook integration. The way webhook works is these platform will give you a webhook. You simply paste that webhook in this field. You can choose the events on which you want to send the events back to that platform, and then for which campaign you want to send the event and subscribe. So as soon as you have a new audience created or a new friend request accepted, ReachOwl will send you a notification on this webhook on that platform. And that from there, you can use it to integrate with the respective CRM, Google Spreadsheet, 1,000+ applications.
Yep, makes sense. So we take up a last question, two questions, by the way. So, the part about finding the Facebook accounts is confusing for some people. They said if I want to find customers, how can I do this with bot accounts? Can they like buy it and then they can log in and start reaching out to them? That's how it is done.
So what I understand is the question is about the age profile that people will be purchasing, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, there is quite a bit of work that is required. Obviously, I mean, whenever you create a new account, so you have, or you purchase a new account, you have to change the profile picture to look like real. And you can, I mean, these days there are like tons of AI avatars generator available for free that you can use to generate any picture and then use as a profile picture. Just post some related content about your industry or your services. Join these groups, obviously, because if you're not a part of these Facebook groups that are of your niche, obviously you would not be able to run these automation. The tool will try to extract the prospect from these groups you're a part of, but obviously because you're not a part of these groups, you will not be able to give you the audience. So join those groups. So you have to do this a bit of work, maybe 2 days or 3 days for all these 10, 20 profiles, so that you can reaching out to the people smoothly.
Noted. Yeah, that's clear. All right. Cool. So there was a kind of a question I would say. I mean, people asking, using aged account doesn't build brand and trust. So how do they deal with that?
So see, if you don't have any friends on it, so there are two things on that platform that I showed you. Aged accounts, and then aged account with friends. So I always go for a friend like 200 plus. Okay. And then what I do is, I mean, if even the friends are like less than 100, what I do is the first thing I do is I add friends from these Facebook groups. So I just join these Facebook groups that are part of my niche, and I just add friends, because that would, I mean, this is how Facebook works, right? So the more you join a network of people, the Facebook will start recommending you friends from that circle, from that interest group. Facebook is very intelligent about it. So you have to like join these Facebook groups and send the friend requests to the people who are part of these groups. And then you would start seeing the content from those groups, from those people, and then you would start building up the trust. So it doesn't happen on the day one. But for all the aged accounts, I always recommend that you build the trust first, obviously, for better results. This is not just for the safety, but also for building the trust for your brands and services. To make friends with your prospects, your ideal prospects, not just send them the cold DMs. Make friends with them, so they know that there are a few mutual connections when you message them. Otherwise, when you message them and they don't see that there is any mutual connection, they would probably ignore you, right?
Yep. Cool, makes sense. So there was a follow-up question for the same, and I think you've already answered it, that if they have to use their own, also if they have to use their own account, um, and then so I mean, outreach number, and 1 second. So what if I want to use my own account and low outreach number per day forever? For me, 10 to 20 people is far enough to per day, for example. So they're asking, they want to just use their main account because they are going very low and they won't scale up to the extent that the Facebook will detect their account. So what if they want to use the primary account for doing this?
Yeah, you can do it. I mean, you just have to limit the 20 friend requests or the message per day on at the campaign level, and you should be good. And it's, I mean, totally okay to use the primary account. It's just that not recommended. As I showed you, all of the types of restrictions that I have faced while developing this tool, while working with my customers, none of them is a permanent restriction. So the worst restriction that we have faced is like 24 hours of suspension if you don't agree with the decision. If you like agree with the decision, your account will be banned, obviously. But if you simply click on like disagree with the decision, you would be able to provide your photo ID or your passport ID, even your picture, and you should be safe, right? So it would maximum be like two times, and then it would be fine. Because with my personal profiles, I have always done that. I've shown on this demonstration itself that I've sent more than 10 friend requests while just working on this demonstration here on the call. It doesn't happen with me ever, because it has happened me a few times before. So now Facebook doesn't bother to disturb me again.
It's like your account getting immunity.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Cool. So we'll take up one last question and then we will wrap up. What if Facebook Instagram API gets some changes? You know, how much time your team will take to adapt the changes, and what's the vision for the product? Basically, your roadmap and about Facebook's policies.
Yes. So see the tool, and this is again, as I mentioned at the start of this call, the inspiration for building this tool was the primary inspiration was because number one, the tool, all these tools in the market, you have to do these operations while you are on the Facebook, because they scrap the Facebook based on the DOM elements and the classes and IDs, and they keep changing. So the problem with these tools, again, not to name anyone, but all those scraping tools, is that they work on day one, but they don't work after a month because the classes change. And some of these tools are very good at being updating these classes regularly, to make sure the tool work, because they have like a huge audience for themselves. So they have to do it. The good part of our tool is that it used the legacy APIs, like the graph APIs from like 2010, already like the old enough when they had the Facebook groups, members, everything is same, right? It's just that the UI has changed. So these are already the legacy APIs from, I mean, they haven't changed in the past 10 years. So they, I mean, there is obviously a chance they might update it, but obviously they cannot replace it, because these are the Chrome APIs, network APIs. And if they don't work today, then obviously we'll have to find an alternate uh, by looking at the new APIs that they use. And it would probably possibly take a few days, maybe 2 to 3 days in the worst possible case, to update these APIs to a new one. But I mean, my gut feeling is they would not do it, because they haven't done it for the past 10 years or 15 years, because their entire system depends on it. If they change it one place, they would have to change it in the possibly 100 different places. Again, this is Facebook. They can do anything at all if they want to. So we are ready for the changes. We are ready to scale this product up. Um, and I don't think that would be something to worry about.
Great. And of course, we are ready to kind of make it grow and reach as many people as we want. And that's how, folks, we come to an end of the session. And thank you so much, Osama. And before we leave, you all know the deals right now live on Rocket Hub. So go ahead and grab your license, and don't forget to use the coupon code ReachOwl20 so you can get extra 20% off on your purchase. All right. So cool. So thanks a lot, Osama. It was great. Any last
Thank
word?
you everyone for joining us. And thank you, Karan, for having me on this webinar.
Great. Any last statement you need to like can give it to people?
Yeah, I think the last statement would be, obviously there have been some like questions and concerns, especially about the safety. I totally agree with these concerns, and Charlie has been working very hard to answer these questions in the community as well, because it's a very hard spot to speak about, to be honest, because it's a Facebook. Even if you do everything right, they can do anything, right? So it's just that we are trying very hard to make it a better tool. We are figuring out like best possible solution every day. So if something is coming up right now, as I mentioned, like 3 or 4 types of restrictions that I have faced during the development of this tool, just bypass these restrictions quite a few times, and you'll see that your account will get immune to these restrictions, just like mine, and you will start using it very smoothly, just like I've been doing. So yeah, just I would say show some patience. There is no way, unfortunately, because it's the Facebook, but we are trying very hard to make this tool better every day, figuring out stuff like auto warm up, techniques that can bypass Facebook algorithms and intelligence. But hopefully we can.
Correct. And there's a great comment which I saw. Someone mentioning Zuckerberg is very busy with threads, so he won't bother looking at Facebook. Yeah,
True.
makes sense. Okay, so yeah, I've pasted the link for the deal and the discount. So go ahead and grab the code. And yeah, thank you so much, Usama. Well then, see you on the other side. And thank you so much, everyone, for attending this. Have a great morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're watching this from. Bye.
Yep. Bye.